Hey, this is Derek. I'm going to do a little analysis today. I use ThinkorSwim. Going to get into some stochastics. Try to figure out if we can find something that's given us some better signals. It's a momentum indicator, and basically, I just wanted to do a little stock research, ETF research today, and let you look over my shoulder as I do a little work. So up here you can see I got the FXI, the China large cap ETF. It's Saturday, July 11th, 2015. Obviously China's in the news quite a bit. You can see it's moving all over the place on this. But yeah, I'm going to just sort of poke around and do some of my momentum research and see what we can kind of come up with in terms of see if we can get some signals that could help us day trading next week and in the weeks to come over the rest of the summer. Alright, so let's take away the 2. We'll go to a 4-hour chart. There are other charts on ThinkorSwim, obviously, but I like using the one that's related to the active trader window. So this is what I'm used to seeing, and then when I want to flip on the sort of buy and sell window, and even the big buttons over here, if I want to actually get into it, I've been looking at the same charts the whole time. But that's just my preference. Alright, so back to the chart. Alright, so first thing we want to do is we're going to add fast stochastic. Yeah. Yeah, momentum study. This one. And you can see high, low, close, simple. What I'll be looking for here is really clear signals on our chart that we can kind of get an idea. So we got this price level up here. They got it at 52.85. I'm fine to go 79, close enough with the. Get the low down here. Kind of have like a over here, this level 43.99, 44, this level is resistance, and then here it kind of becomes support. Yeah, it becomes support in here, and then this level under 53 is overhead resistance. And then this is what's been going on lately. You can see buyers kind of stepped in at this point. We got a signal here. I know it's tricky with news and geopolitical risk and headline. This isn't obviously an exact science, but we're looking for That's a pretty solid tell there. That's the Beijing put backstop. This is right around our high. Got a cross right here. If you let's look at that. Let's look at that region right in here. All right, so you had this high here. You have this crossover. Here's the cross back. You could cover here. That's it's 2 points, $2 right there. You could trade it from the long side, from here through this cross. So 51.35. Yeah, that's a small scalp. This gap down is tricky, but if you can catch it, it looks like the cross might be late, but very interesting. Yeah, I'm doing this because I actually want to use them more. It's one of those things where I used to have stochastics on my chart all the time and kind of stopped using them for a while. Let me see what there's a lot of stuff on here. Let me take off. Got a lot of marks on mine. I got a lot of alerts and all sorts of stuff. Alright, so kind of cleaned up my ES chart. Let's go to 1 hour time frame. We're going to go to 1 hour time frame for this and see if we can kind of. So let's take this zone to start with. All right, so and again, you know, this is for me. This is just habit. Sometimes I don't want the wick. I just want the bottom of the candle. At 237. We have, and then we get this one over here. This is interesting because this resistance, touch it here, touch it here, touch it here, almost touch it here. Here's that Thursday. So Wednesday we have the big gap down. Thursday we get this big recovery, and then spends the rest of the day giving it all back. And then Friday, you know, a little positive news out of Greece, and we're kind of off to the races. So let's take a look. Okay, we're set. So here's the low on this chart. To me, this one's messy. I don't know. Is that the low and you would have bought it and then you'd be wrong? Is that the cross? I guess this one's clear enough to maybe be a safe entry. So you could maybe take from there and then just this cross. That cross would be safe enough to maybe 2040, 2057. Yeah, if you can grab 17 points in the ES, $50 a point, that's it's a pretty big move. What's more interesting to me is to catch some of these downdrafts. Alright, so if you look right here, yeah, if I could use this to trade futures better, been trying different things, momentum indicators, different cloud, and all sorts of yeah. And the amazing thing about ThinkorSwim, which is why I really prefer this platform now, is that I like being able to use to just continue to experiment and investigate, find indicators that work for me. There's so many. I mean, this is such a personal process. That's why I kind of wanted to share. I'm not teaching anything. I'm not selling anything. I'm just showing you the kind of stuff that I'm looking at. And if it's useful to you, that's great. So here's this crossover right here is interesting, and then that, which honestly, time level, if you catch this cross, even if you're sloppy and you're late, you get in here, get out there. That's that's a 37, 40. That's nearly 40-point move right there. It's massive. This is a 1 hour time frame. So what happens if we look at these on 15-minute charts? Is it as clear? You can see because it's fast, you're getting more signals. If I put it on slow stochastics, we're going to get less signals, and then we have to decide let me pull those drawings out. All right. So let's look at Friday and see how tradable Friday would be on a 15-minute chart with signals. All right, so we got a cross right here. We can get out, cover here, so that gets us out at 2060, 6 points right there. Cross back going long. And if you put it in at 2054, you get a cross here. Caught another 6 points. You could keep a tight stop during this weirdness, maybe catch a little bit more, but if not, you get stopped out. This cross down here, you could go short at 63, 64, maybe even 60. Yes, that level back to 59, get a few more points. Yeah, I really think I need to do this. Try to pull it to the 15-minute chart and see if that's workable. See, looking at the 5-minute chart, yeah. Again, I would do levels. Trying to look for, and frame it out there. I'm not concerned with the wicks. I'm looking for. So there's a number of ways to do this. A lot of people are doing they take the you take the sort of the range of the so let's do this. So here's 9:30. So yeah, let's put our levels on here. So we'll catch this. Yeah, what I was saying was some people do they do the range based on the first half hour, first hour, kind of box it in, even with the wicks, and say like, okay, from 9:30 to 10 o'clock, which is right here. This is what we have, and then if we break out of that range, that's going to tell me what to do. So we broke out here, so it can go short, obviously with a stop. You get stopped out. So if you're trading that way, and then you see the stochastic right here, 1040, see it right here, crossover. That would have been my long signal, and long from 2060. Signal gets a little hairy in here, so you probably would have still 6 points. Yeah, even into the close, you get this signal here, 2069, 2071. This is a big move right here. So notice here's that opening. I'll frame out the first half hour. So there's the first half hour trading. The open 9:30 to 10. We have this box, this 2070 level. Which was wick resistance here. Kind of break through it. Seems like it's support for an hour or so, becomes resistance again, becomes support. I mean, we're kind of magnetically drawn to that line, which that's what makes me want to back up and see how strong. And just see how go on a 4-hour chart. And now you see how I end up with so many. Let's pull all these out. So here's 2070, 4-hour. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, I mean, with all the moves that this is going back to last November, December, February, with all the moves that we've had in 2015, up to this 2134 on the ES. This puts us kind of hovering around a line that looks like it's been important as far back as last fall. This pretty serious move right here. And again, this is daily. I find it really hard to, when you go to a momentum indicator and you're trying to trade it on a daily level. yeah. So the weekly chart's not giving us a. So anyways, that's all I have for now. Hopefully this is interesting. I'll put up a few more things, and yeah, thanks for checking it out.